and eat abrasion.
Prince of the Bear, today we're at Universal Studios Orlando because it's time for
the Mardi Gras Festival.
Yes, celebrating 30 years of Mardi Gras here at Universal. We're here so she can taste all the plant-based food, and I can make funny faces while I eat it. Because it's your number one choice of foodie infotainment. We investigate the food so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Feet don't fail me now.
It's time to foodie and chill. This is the red beans and rice. It looks red beans and ricey. Last time I had one of these was at Boat Rides, and I kind of feel like it's a little bit lazy. It's just my opinion, because it's such an easy little comfort food dish, and I don't know. I think you could do a little bit better than this. Po' boy last year was amazing. It's not terrible, but it's not great. The hot Italian Beyond sausage is dry. The beans are really well flavored though. And the rice has not been soaked ahead of time. Not a fan of the rice. It's like extra starchy, so it's just really soft. And it needed to be soaked. I think this dish has potential, but it's not my favorite. I would give it a 3 out of 5 red beans and rice.
Bear just told me not to fall off this curb, and it might happen. So here we have the red beans and rice with less sausage than I was given because I did a party foul, and I don't know how I knocked it partially out of my hand, but some of the dish flew out of the bowl. But you know, that's just kind of how my life goes, and it is what it is. For a dish that I was not looking forward to at all, this is surprisingly good. It has a hint of heat. I feel like my heat scale ratings would be different than everyone else's, but I guess that's kind of how it goes. I would say maybe like a 2 out of 10. And enough for it to have flavor. This is actually really good. I would probably eat this again, which, if you know me, I don't really like beans. So this is a bean heavy dish. But considering we only have 2 actual food options that would maybe fill you up, I feel like this is gonna be more than the potato dosa. Yeah, not bad. I would eat it again. But last year, let me just rant for a minute. Last year I used to come here as many days after work as I could, because I would come and get a fried green tomato po' boy and churros before the parade. I don't know what the status of the churros is right now. I hope we find out later. But I don't see myself doing that this year, just because this and the potato dosa are the main vegan options. I don't see myself being after work, I gotta go to Universal, get my red beans and rice. So for a 30th anniversary, the options are a little lacking. And I'm curious to see what other non-vegan people have to say, because, the vegan options are always a very small portion of the menus anyway, which I get. But olives and popcorn, I'm not coming in the park for olives and popcorn. Well, the olives I don't have to come in the park for anyway, because they're at Pat O'Brien's, right? Yeah. So, that's my rant.
Red beans and rice, plant-based style. You have these nice circular cuts of the Beyond sausage that looks like something that you unearthed from the mummy, because these things look mummified. I'm all for well-cooked Beyond sausage, but there is technically a limit. Let's go ahead and I'm going to dive to the bottom, see if I can get some of this sauce, get the onions and peppers, and a little piece of this hot sausage. I always feel like there's a really delicate balance when it comes to Cajun food, because can you get a list of ingredients and throw those in a pot and make something that tastes similar? You can't. But without the correct balance of those seasonings, in addition to a well-executed cook, you're just going to end up with a gritty sauce on top of rice. And for me, this is kind of a mess. Even for the vegans, this sausage is atrocious. The rice is meh. The beans just don't have the punch. The sauce is saucy, but the rest of it ain't saucy. If you know what I mean? I would give it 2.5 out of 5 claws. It's edible. It's not the worst we've had, but you're not gonna remember it. It's not gonna be one you tell your friends about. And honestly, it's not something I would order again.
The potato dosa. This is like the one decent savory item that I have. I know I have other things, but like this is like the one decent one. I miss the samosa, but since there aren't a lot of options for me and I've already been denied modifying items, I got 2. Hopefully it's tasty enough for me to eat 2, but I commit to my mistakes. So let's just dive in here. I'm gonna get a little piece. They were very behind on these potato dosas, so be prepared to wait some. Cheers. It's really nice. It's very flavorful, super herbaceous. It almost looks like they did take the samosa filling from previous years and just put it like in the bread, which isn't bad, but if they're struggling to cook these because they were like really behind on these, they probably should have thought about something else. Now it is served with a coconut chutney, which I didn't try because I don't like coconut. I'm glad it's served on the side. I thought maybe it might have been in the dosa and I would have been in trouble. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent option. I wish that I had more tasty options like this. I would give this one a 4.5 out of 5 dosa.
Moving on to the second vegan option in the park, and the only other vegan option for Mardi Gras, because I re-looked at the guide and I do believe olives and popcorn are both at Pados. I'm going to be hungry after this. I guess I will find something else to eat that's not Mardi Gras. All right. I'm just curious as to what this looks like. All right. I don't need to lecture anyone about how much I like sauce, so. Let's see. I'm not trying to get too much on this bite. I don't think this is the potato dosa I'm looking for. All right, that's the inside of it. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't really know what I was expecting, but something made me make a face, and it wasn't a good face. I don't know how to describe what's wrong with it, but I don't like it. The sauce is not good. Like, that can go. And I love sauce. Sauce is like pretty much my favorite thing other than like my husband and my cats, and I like sauce. Like, I don't know. I don't like this. It is gritty.
That face says it all.
I don't like making this face. It's not a fun thing to make because I like food. But I'm trying to pinpoint what I don't like and I don't know. Like, is it the sauce? The sauce is not good. This without the sauce is alright. I don't know. I don't like it.
The potato dosa, and I do say that it dosa be taking far too long to cook her. I don't know where I just tapped in my inner Jar Jar Binks, but you put some respect on Jar Jar's name. I know we're in the wrong part for that, but there is not a time in existence where I will not stand on business when it comes to defending Jar Jar and Ahmed Best. I said what I said. It is the month of melanin magic. Try me if you want to, or try your mama, not me. Either way, dive right in. One of these days, we're gonna spork with a sharp side on it. So you see, you got some nice, beautiful filling in it. One thing about waiting a long time for it is we know that it's fresh. You know that's intent. Universal is definitely a place where when they have events like Halloween Horror Nights or Universal Holidays or even Mardi Gras, the first day is usually rough. I'm not gonna lie. They do improve normally after staff has gotten used to it, team members gotten used to it, successive weekends. So do not take the execution at face value on day one. This is one place where I would definitely say if you don't need to come on day one of something Universal, don't. It will be a hard time. That makes me want to dance. Dance to what? I have no idea. It's good. It does feel a bit, I don't think it's cumin. Maybe a little cumin. It's very forward. But I think it's the...
Garam masala, maybe?
Yeah, that's what it is. The garam masala is very, I think a little heavy. So when you start to get through the innards of the dosa, it's very gritty towards the end, and all that grit is garam masala. That's all I taste right now. Now the filling itself is great. They just need to balance out that garam masala a little bit, but like I love like the soft, flaky wrap compared to like what would you normally get on like a samosa. It's literally the same filling, but I prefer. See, there's the problem. Just grit, all grit in my mouth, but it's tasty. I also can't be mad at it. Let me give it one more try before I give it the rating, a little tiny bit. So I want to try with the chutney. See just how much coconut you get in this. Ooh. Yeah, I'm very glad the princess did not try that. She would have hated that. But the chutney itself is spicy. The heat went from 0 to like 60 in less than a second. So I would give the heat probably like a 5 out of 10 on the heat scale. It's intense. It ratchets up, not like unbearable, but like if you aren't expecting it, it's going to catch you by surprise. I think it's a good plant-based option, and it just confuses me because when you can do options like this, why do we only have 2 this year? Universal has been on a downturn of vegan options. We don't like it. It's terrible. I know you can do better. We've met a lot of your chefs. They love to create new things. I don't understand why there's so few vegan options this year. Even if they were just flex options, like add tofu, minus chicken, whatever. You're not allowing any modifications this year, and that is awful, in a word. I'm gonna give this what it deserves, a 4 out of 5 claws. But if I got to rate you on this modification policy this year, that is a 0 out of 5 claws, and I'm disappointed in you.
We took a detour diagonally to get a vegan pasty pie because there aren't a lot of vegan options here, and Shelby had the great idea of eating this. So flavorful, so like the pastry is so perfect. Everything about this is amazing. I'm obsessed with this. This is a 5 out of 5. This is a Princessity's item. Eat this.
This is not a Mardi Gras option because we've already eaten all the Mardi Gras options in the park. So now I had to find something else to eat, and you know, my go-to is the vegan pasty from Hopping Pot. Mine is open today, and you can see its innards. I am delirious and hungry. Is this vegan pasty enough to quell my hunger? No, because I wanted to eat around the countries at Mardi Gras. But is it delicious and warm? It will not fill me up, but I will still be happy eating it, even though my face does not show I'm happy.
The situation for plant-based items this year at Mardi Gras, the 30th anniversary, is so dire that you just gotta eat regular park food. You can come and you can celebrate, just don't expect to leave full if you're vegan. Luckily, the pasty pie, vegan pasty pie, is at the Hopping Pot. Get you a beverage, get you a pie, hang out in a Diagon alley, get some AC from Nocturne Alley, and get you a bite. Or 2. Woo! Salty, crispy, but like the good side of both of those. Nice and fresh. You'd expect it's something like Hopping Pot that you get like some heated up ones that are terrible and sitting all day. This is nice and fresh, the way that it should be. That's a 4.5 out of 5 claws. This is still, I think, one of the best walkable snacks, vegan or not, in all of Universal.
By the graces of Mardi Gras magic, we were still able to get the vegan churro. I'm gonna take this little piece here that's stuck in there and just say cheers to Universal Orlando vegans and Universal foodies that worked super hard to make sure that we knew this was vegan. The stuff of dreams. So tasty, so soft, so wonderful. Always get the churros and ask for it with no sauce. Apparently they'll do no sauce. 4 out of 5 churros.
No mods allowed, huh, Universal? I don't see no sauces. I'm very happy right now. Thank you to Sierra at Universal Foodies for helping me investigate this. And Princess, of course. You know, it was a tribe effort. I love those people standing over there that you're not gonna see and the person behind the camera. I just needed you guys to know that. I freaking love all of you guys. That is delicious as always. I'm grateful to be eating this right now because the world is a sad, scary place, but there are vegan churros. Ask for them without the sauce. I don't know if they'll give it to you without the sauce, but you can try.
The vegan churros remain. They're like the cockroach that will not die. No thanks to Universal. But we believe here in a diversity of opinions. That's why we have so many different foodie friends, because our opinion is not the end all be all. But then in situations like this, we can work together to find out what's manageable for everybody. Everybody deserves to eat good food. And I stand on that business with these churros in my mouth. That crunch is a thing of magic. Nice crisp outside, soft inside. It's time to put the vegan churros in studios full time. You already have them. Just put them on the menu. With the label. Stop making life harder for yourself. These are delicious. 4 out of 5 points.
I got the cauliflower hoagie, which is your Mardi Gras option, but always here at Pato's. Recently, I'm here for it. I guess I'm just gonna do the cauliflower piece and not any breading. So, cheers to some innards. They're gonna be tasty. I really like the flavors of this. I love it with the extra sauce. Everything about this is amazing. I think if you want to make a good stop around Mardi Gras, this is a place to come for good eats. I would give it a 4.75 out of 5. Po' boys, this is everything that I want in a po' boy and more.
Here we are again with this cauliflower po' boy. I feel like this is going to become a regular thing for us. There are many a time when the princess leaves Universal Studios hungry at night, usually because things close early or we're here for something else. Or sometimes when the food is bad, we just want another meal. I feel like Pat O'Brien's with the cauliflower po' boy is going to be a frequent stop. We always recommend if you're going to get the cauliflower po' boy, ask for extra sauce. It needs it, especially with the amount of bread that you get. But it's a nice, flavorful po' boy. Even though it's cauliflower, you're getting all the flavors of the po' boy and none of the meat. If you leave hungry after this, you might need to talk to your physician. Just maybe. It's still a tasty thing. Even though it's not like Mardi Gras, it's everyday Mardi Gras, and honestly, you can't go wrong with the po' boy. 4.25 out of 5 points. We have come and devoured the very few things you have for vegans here at Universal Studios Orlando Mardi Gras.
Very surprising, the options, but I guess here we are. This is 2025 vegan Mardi Gras, 30 years, woo.
I can honestly say that if this was the 30-year anniversary, I feel as if we were robbed. Vegan or not, this does not feel like normal Mardi Gras. Now I understand, we're in a certain climate right now. Things are not going to be like they have been previously, but it just feels sort of out of touch with what Universal's done in the past. If you guys feel the same, let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else we missed, anything you'd like us to do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, we won't know that you watched this video, and Bear will be very sad.
I might cry.
Don't make him a sad bear.
Don't do that. Put your head to girl.